Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, man. I saw this video yesterday and I thought it would have been very unique to check out this video. This guy, his name is Raleek Abroad, and basically the title of the video is Things About Germany Americans Don't Understand Until They Live Here. So I've never seen this guy before, but he's an American seeming to live in Germany, which is freaking amazing. So please, there's going to be a link in the description. He doesn't have... As I'm watching this video, he has 161 subscribers. Go over there to his channel and subscribe. A link will be in the description for his original video so you guys can show him some support. An American living in Germany, which is pretty cool in my humble opinion. So thank you for watching. Without further ado, let's check it out.
When Americans move to Germany, there are things that are going to When Americans move to Germany, there are things that are going to be confusing at first, and there are things that are going to frustrate you. I even caught myself asking, why are people like this here? But the more you realize, or the more you live here, is the more you realize that there are things that Americans misunderstand about Germany, and they start to make sense the longer you live here. Now, this is my experience. Not every German, not every American, just my personal experience after living here.
Yes,
One
sir.
of the biggest things Americans misunderstand about Germany is social interaction.
Oh.
Now, in America, we do a lot of small talks. We smile at strangers. We have a lot of random conversations. We may even say things like, we should hang out sometime, even though we probably won't. When I first got to Germany, Munich specifically, I felt people were very cold to me. I caught myself thinking, damn, people aren't very friendly here. But I start to realize that Germans not all of them are not very rude. It's just more of a direct and a lot would say honest approach. You won't see an American amount of politeness or what they call fake politeness. So like in customer service, for instance, where there's a lot of overly smiles and a lot more, hey, can I help you with anything? You won't see a lot of that. Compared to what you would see in America. Conversations like, hey, how you doing, and all those things, you won't see a lot of that. They're expecting you to actually take the time to have a serious conversation.
Right. I feel that, it just dawned on me, like the intro, it's like, yo, you're trying to get business done and, you're like, oh yeah, how we doing today? It's like, I came here to, let's say, file a complaint or something of the sort like that. Well, you get the point. There's a lot of introduction and a lot of not necessary conversations or statements made when it has nothing to, it's not related to what you're there about, which is actually 100% true.
And here,
that's the American
how
way.
my day went. So I feel like that honesty and directness is more valued than social politeness or performative politeness. So there's that. Now, if I have to compare the two, I would say Americans value warmth and Germans value directness or honesty. And honestly, I think that there's value in both. So pick and choose when you want to use it. Another thing Americans really don't understand is Sundays in Germany.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. That. I don't think I'll ever understand it because I recently checked out a video that was recommended and it was saying that Germans are literally not at all doing things on Sunday. They're not working. Most Germans are not working. It's like a total shutdown. Like, it's hard to really comprehend that. It's hard.
This one drove me a little crazy for the first about 2 months. Now, especially here in Bavaria, the stores are closed. I think the only stores that are open is maybe for a short amount of time. One store in the train station, the U-Bahn stations. But outside of that, you have corner stores open, gas stations, but everything else is closed. You do have restaurants open, so there is that. But your grocery stores are closed, your shoe stores are closed, your
The grocery store. Damn.
electronic stores are closed, all that stuff is closed. And on top of that, you're expected to have a very quiet Sunday. So
Yeah, I do. I heard.
vacuuming is kind of a no-no. People still do it, of course, but people really don't want your loud music or your vacuuming or, loud movie times, just those kind of things. There's not a lot of parades or something like that going on. It's usually very, very quiet. If you go outside and you just look around, there's not a lot of people outside. Most people are in their homes. They're resting and recovering from the work week. Now, this forces you to slow down and to really reflect on your work week and the week coming and the things that you want to do. And at least this is what I do personally. I reflect on the mistakes I made.
That shit is eternal. What the hell? I've never seen a... That's so long. Wow.
Things I've done really well and how I can do better and those kind of things. So that's what I use my Sundays for. First, it was very, very frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to having everything
accessible,
available and accessible at all times, like in America. So it really gives you a different perspective and it helps you set social boundaries. And like boundaries from work, like there's no answering work because work is not trying to contact you more than not, depending on what field you're in. But for the majority of people, that's it. Sundays, weekends, leave us alone. Now, do I still wish that things would be open on Sundays? And things would be
Hell yeah, I know.
My idea of normal, American idea of normal, on Sundays, I do. But
it's a tricky situation because like I personally respect the fact that people should be home, right? And I'm not the guy who would work in a grocery store because like the amount of, in terms of like having to do the checkout, that is just something I'd rather be in the back like stacking or whatever the hell is called, right? But the point is, those people who are vital, right, very needed for our petty survival, right, they need rest, right? And though I genuinely would just love to just be able to get whatever I want whenever I want, deep down, the human in me is like, no, that's not fair, because if you were in that position where you were the one doing that, you genuinely know you'd want to have a timeout, and just take a break. So absolutely, I do wish stores were still open, but I think people need a rest day. So that works.
Say I understand and value more the time of rest and relaxation and reflection. Now, coming from America, I was used to more softer communication. Things like, oh, no worries, or, oh, everything's fine, or what's another one? It is, sorry to bother you, that's another one. So that made Germany feel different. Okay, let's talk about the big one. A lot of Americans think Germans are rude. And honestly, I used to think the same thing. Let's talk about it. Okay. Now, the big argument is whether directness equals rude. And it does not. It does not equal rude.
No.
But there are moments, where people are rude and they hide behind directness.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Conversations I've had with people,
But I have this one question, and this is how I would debunk the fact that directness is not rude. You can hide it, right? Behind being direct, you can hide your rudeness, your hate, or whatever, right? However, there's this thing known as sarcasm, right? And basically, that is not direct. That is indirectly telling you that you're a dumbass idiot, and I can't believe you don't know what the hell I'm trying to say, right? So basically, in simple terms, humans can just be rude, but that's for you to figure out after you have received said information. The information is what you should be more focused on rather than how the information is received. Because at the end of the day, if someone sees me going on the road and they say, hey, you bitch ass hole, turn back, they're doing something, you're gonna crash, or there's a hole. I'm supposed to be able to dissect that conversation, dissect the statement, capture what is needed, what is important, and forget about the rest. That's what most humans fail to do, including myself at times, right? But most people, we'd rather to hear, hey, slow down, there's an object there, you go fast, you're gonna crash, right? We like it nice and soft, right? And the truth is, it doesn't really necessarily tell you if someone is being nice or not. It's just we need to dissect and just get the information that is necessary, if that makes any sense. To me, let me know what y'all think.
This is what the understanding of it is. When someone is rude, you can tell not just by what they say, but by the delivery,
The approach,
by the body language, by the tone, by a lot of those different things. That's how you can decide and be accurate on whether someone is being direct with you or someone is being rude to you. So there you have it. Take time to actually have the conversation and listen and see with your eyes instead of just automatically assuming that things or people are being rude to you, because we come from a softer way of communication. I think sometimes Americans confuse the two, directness and rudeness, but I also think some Germans use the idea of being direct as an excuse or hide behind it so that they can be rude. Now, this took me some time to understand, and I still wrestle with it at times. In America, I grew up seeing strangers jump in to help more often. So if there was something going wrong or someone being aggressive or someone needing help, there was always a stranger to come and
it's like
give
community.
I don't think it derives of bad intentions. I just think it's more focused on personal responsibility of each individual.
Yeah.
Now, I feel Germany has more of a mind your of each individual. Business kind of social structure. Where when things are going down, they usually leave it up to personal responsibility. I think there's a fear of overstepping people's personal boundaries in a sense. So I think that is a really big challenge, especially for me, as I come from southern states and we're very, very hands-on and helpful to other people. So it's very challenging for me to see, but I don't feel like it's comes from negative intent and they're doing it just to be rude or buttholes or something. But that doesn't mean people don't care.
I can't believe he said butthole. Oh my gosh. I would have said asshole, but he said butthole. I'm not mad at it. Don't get it twisted. I'm just like shocked. It's been a minute since I heard butthole.
It's very fair to say, a very fair perspective to have. I just think that they see helping differently.
Yeah.
But I would be lying if there weren't moments where I would just look around at my surroundings and question why people aren't saying anything. Small example, I was at Karlsplatz here in Munich, and there was somebody I think put a cigarette into a trash can, and it was clearly on fire. Not like smoking, it was on fire. And people just looked at it and then just walked off. Now, for me, I'm like, okay, danger.
What we gonna do about it?
Can we put that out? And so that really threw me for a loop. And this was actually recent. So this was like last month. So like I said, I still challenge with this. The truth is, Germany has changed how I see a lot of things. One of my biggest benefits from Germany has been the work-life balance. Now, when I was in America, I was hopping between 5 different jobs.
Spots clean.
And I never had time to do anything. I didn't start traveling until I was 32.
Shit.
To put things in perspective. Now, I would get off one job, eat something, go to another job. And half the time I was eating on the way to that job or eating during that other job. So,
that's right.
That has been beautiful for me. So now I can actually sit down. I can actually have time to myself. I can actually take myself out to dinner. I can go to another country on the weekends if I want to, because I have the time to do so. Now, as a very direct person that I am, I really do enjoy the honesty that comes from everyday conversations, even if it's something small that it could be like, oh no, it's okay. You can say, yeah, that was a little difficult for me to handle. I like that kind of directness, so it lets me know what I'm getting from you and how you feel.
Exactly.
Now, one of my favorite things is public transportation. America has atrocious public transportation, especially for a place that is so big. I would think that the public transportation would be
A lot
much
better.
more on a phenomenal grand scale. Germany has a phenomenal structure when it comes to the U-Bahns, the S-Bahns, the trains, trolleys. You know what I mean. Anyway, so America would benefit greatly. It would increase people's willingness and want to travel. It would open up some dopamine, you know what I mean? Because we are, as people, we're meant to live spread out. We're not meant to just be
Confined.
clumped in together
Yeah, to a
and
space.
always be shoulder to shoulder with each other.
No.
So Germany provides that space and
Like, I'm not lying. If you meet a single person that is confined to a single location, I'm not trying to break up the, the special people, because there are special people out here, but basically, anyone who's confined to any specific thing. So even if you're Christian and all you ever know about is Christianity, you're ignorant and you're typically going to be a jerk, right? But if you actually, learn about other religions and, accept the fact that people are different and, we're born in different locations in this world and people are going to have different beliefs, so on and so forth, it actually helps you and make you into a better person. And it's the same thing with ethnicity, traveling around the world, experiencing other cultures, knowing other people's things and knowing the differences. And it also makes you appreciate what you have, right? So I would definitely advise people, open up that big old brain of yours and go out there and absorb some, differences.
travel or space and transportation to be able to get out and see different cities, and
Yes.
different countries. Granted, it's easier to see different countries here because it's not as fast as America, but it's a beautiful thing. Now, vacation time. Let's talk about vacation time. Now, for me, in America, I've only been on one vacation, and my job forced me to do it. My coworkers actually forced me to do it.
Oh,
I
say.
actually paid for a cruise. It was a cruise to Jamaica or something like that.
Damn.
But before that, I've never been on a vacation. Never been on vacation. Truth. And so now that I've been in Germany I've been in Munich for a little over 4 years, almost 5 years. Almost time to get my passport. Anyway, so
My boy excited.
I've never had that. And with the job that I work now, I get a guaranteed 30 days a year of vacation.
Dang, dude.
And that has been a
30
godsend.
days.
I'm grateful. My body needs it.
That's
I
a
have lot
whole
of time
month.
to catch up from all the hard work and all of the just the not having a break. In 33 years of my life, I've never really had I've never had a vacation. I've moved around America a lot, but most of that or all of that has been for life reasons, not just because, I want to go here.
Yeah,
Okay,
choices.
Vegas doesn't count though. Everybody goes to Vegas. But anyway, I digress. And lastly,
I think that's probably the least interesting place in the world for me. I don't know why. I just don't have it's just like,
my space, my quiet time. I am very much, I know it kind of seems different when you watch my content, but that's because I've worked extremely hard on it since I've been in Germany.
Germany,
It
right.
was the start of it. It was the start of my rebirth. But I'm actually very introverted. I don't like hanging out with a lot of people.
Really?
Even still today, I can only tolerate being outside with a lot of people for a very short amount of time. I think like my max now is about 2 hours, and then I get exhausted, and I am what you call an empath. So I feel other people's emotions. So when I'm around a lot of people,
overwhelmed.
it can be chaos. There's moments where I can just bust out crying. There's all those kind of things. So
Damn,
having
bro.
the space to where it's not always people around.
I would have never guessed that, actually. Like, that's actually pretty cool. I don't know what it's like, honestly. I don't think I'm an introvert or extrovert. I just think if there's a conversation, we talk. No conversations, I'm able to be silent. I'm not paranoid. It's like, not much emotions behind my communication, if that makes any sense. I can go a month without talking to anybody, and I can talk for an entire month, I guess. I don't know, bro.
And I can just be anywhere in Munich. I can find a spot or a street where I can just be quiet, have space to
Listen to the
just
birds.
be, and that is extremely valuable to a person like myself. And I think that everybody should have that space, whether you're introverted, extroverted, or whatever.
Yes, sir.
I think having that time and space and opportunity to have silence and to be with yourself and to reflect and to, start over, reset.
Yes,
and
sir.
Respawn if you're a video game fan. I'm a video game fan, Relic Visions. Follow me on PlayStation. Anyway, but yes, it gives you that time. So I am appreciative. Thank you, Germany. That being said, some things I judged at first, but now I completely understand. Not everything, but a lot more than I did before.
Yeah, for
Living
sure.
in Germany has taught me something that I didn't expect. Sometimes the same things that frustrate us about another culture are the same things we just don't really understand. After 4 years of being here, I'm still learning. There are things that I don't agree with. There are things that still confuse me. But at the same time, Germany has taught me so many things that I respect now.
For sure,
So I'm
man.
curious, if you've moved countries, what's something you misunderstood at first? And if you're German, what's something that foreigners always get wrong?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know. Like like I said, I'm a unique species. I'm unique, very unique. Like I'm not really. I don't necessarily see things as a problem. Most things are not a bother to me unless like direct human action to cause chaos, if that makes any sense. But outside of that, I'm not really bothered by many things, if that makes any sense. I just live. It's kind of weird, actually. I kind of hate it because I feel as if I don't have a lot of emotions, but I do have emotions. It's weird. But either ways, his video was solid. Shout out to him. Please go like and subscribe to his channel. Help him get to 1,000 subs. That would be freaking amazing. He's in Germany and live in. Germany is literally a place that I would love to visit, but like I've always said, when the time is right, I know I'm going to be able to do it. And I hope I get that chance to be there and experience Germany on a deep level because I like Germany a lot and I don't want to experience it on a basic baby level where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm in Frankfurt, I'm in Berlin. No, I want to be immersed. I want to feel what it's like to actually be there, right? Because I think, I don't know, maybe one day I'll get out of my shell where it's like a burden to travel, if that makes any sense, because I think probably that's also an issue. But his video was solid. Check him out. Raleigh Abroad. A link will be in the description. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.